that we don't have qualified men and women who can serve in those
places. And I would disagree with you if you told me we do not have qualified people. I know we do. Let us also step out and make sure that we position ourselves appropriately. For example, for us in Kenya, we once became guests of the International Criminal Court, and we had real trouble with them because they rarely understood what was going on here. And that is why I am sure one of us, Justice Njoki Ndung'u, decided that maybe it is time for her to go and serve in this court and explain and so that the court can understand African perspectives on some of the things that we are doing. And Madam Njoki Ndung'u is here, is a member of our Supreme Court, and she is a candidate for the International Criminal Court. I am not campaigning for her. I was just saying that she is a good candidate, and she carries a lot of experience from Kenya. She was a member of parliament with me, so she knows the nuances of politics, and she's been a member of our Supreme Court. She was among the first members of our Supreme Court that was established after the 2010 Constitution. And it is good to encourage as many of us as possible to participate in the justice systems that exist so that African perspectives can be part of what becomes the dispensation of justice in our continent and globally. So I have presented to you a very good candidate. You know what to do with a good candidate. And I really am very happy this morning to be part of this occasion. And as I conclude, let me reiterate that the people of Africa are asking for justice systems that serve, that listen, that resolve, and that restore. Let this summit answer them with practical commitments, lasting partnerships, and the courage to affirm alternative dispute resolution and alternative justice systems as continental priorities. We were the first to understand that justice is built not by deciding who is right, but by restoring what is shared. Let us be the generation that remembers it and builds it. On African soil, justice systems worthy of Africa's aspirations under Agenda 2063. And I wish you well as you conclude this very important summit. I know that we were supposed to start this function at 10 in the morning. I came early. I apologize for disrupting your morning. But I know that you will leave Kenya with a different perspective on what we can do together. I just want to encourage you that we have a great continent. And we are going to make sure that we do what we must do to make sure that this continent goes forward. I know I mentioned something about budgets and how resources are scarce. But let me say the following. We have also made a decision that we have to do two very important things. We have to learn to mobilize resources from our domestic sources. And number two, we must also learn how to de-risk ourselves so that we can access markets that then give us additional resources. One of the outcomes of the G7 summit that I attended, and was as a result of the Africa Forward Summit resolution that we carried here, is that because in our continent we have capital, what is lacking is not money. What is lacking is the infrastructure to mobilize and to deploy that capital. Just for your information, in Africa, in pension funds, in insurance funds, in our central bank reserves, in Africa, we have $4 trillion. But that money is not invested for the benefit of our continent. Most of that money is in New York Stock Exchange, London Stock Exchange, and those places. So what we agreed as African leaders is that we are going to build our own African multilateral financial institutions. Afreximbank, Africa Development Bank, Trade and Development Bank, Africa Finance Corporation, RTD, and all the other institutions. And number two, we are also going to have a de-risking mechanism. And that was my pitch at the G7. I was telling our colleagues at the G7 that we're not looking for money. We have our own money. We have $4 trillion in this continent. What we are looking for are friends who are ready to work with us with guarantees so that we can de-risk our resources and mobilize them for the development of our continent. We have done it in Kenya. It is possible to be done everywhere else. So this is what we want to do together, and I want to encourage all of you as you go back to our African countries that we can do this. Others have done it, we can do it, and maybe we can do it even better. Thank you very much. My very best wishes.
Thank you so much. I'll request Your Excellency kindly to allow me for a few minutes to take a photo. May we kindly resume our seats and invite the CJ on stage, the DCJ.